Hey, welcome to the Daily Beard for June 28th, 2019. Wow, this month just is almost done. All right, so today I had a day off. My wife was nice enough to book me a day off. And it just so happened, this is what happened yesterday. So yesterday I emailed, okay, let's backtrack. Okay. All right, so ready. A while ago I talked to Jim Chen, who's a friend of mine, and about going back to school and about ideas he had about who might be able to help me with that, if it was him or not. And he said, he gave me some advice, but he also pointed me to a person, someone named Denise Johnston, and who works for a university and literally is all about financial aid. She knows everything about like the government and loans you can apply for and this and that. And so that was a little while ago, but I finally yesterday was like, told her my story quickly in an email and said, could you help? And within an hour she replied and said, yeah, let's do this in person though. And so literally within like an hour after that, I had an appointment for this morning. So this morning at 9:30, I went and sat down with Denise. Now Denise is a lovely lady. She's incredibly smart and has a lot to say about education. Knows a ton. Actually is going to be starting a YouTube channel with her daughter, talking all about basically financial aid in Canada, particularly in Ontario, but in Canada in general. And how to go about it and all the tips and tricks and all these things. And she's going to be starting a YouTube channel about that. So we had to talk about that because I've done YouTube a little bit. And so she was super nice. I think we talked for over an hour. And she printed me up some things and found out some things and told me some interesting things. So this is one of the things she told me that was really interesting. From when you finish education, if you haven't finished it. So I left my education 9 credits short 20 years ago. 8 years after I stopped it, they don't have to honor that anymore because it's not done. So although I'm 9 credits short of a bachelor's from Tyndale, I maybe effectively have 0 credits that I can use. There's a chance. Now that's all up to Tyndale. And so she's like, I suggest you sit down with Tyndale as soon as you can to figure this out. Because hypothetically Tyndale could be like, oh no, because like they're all courses they still honor, like they still have these courses that I took. So they could easily, and the program I was in doesn't exist anymore, but the program that was the sister program of it exists. And so pretty much all the credits, as far as I know, are transferable over to the program that they do have now. So, or at least it looks like that. So, but Tyndale could be like, no, sorry, man, we're not interested in helping. Or they could be like, well, no, you just got to take your 9 credits and we'll give you a bachelor's degree. So I got to sit down and talk to Tyndale about that. One of the other things she talked to me about was financial aid. Number one, there's a bunch of grants I can get. One of which is because I have depression. I can get a grant. That's for $2,000 a year every year. I can reapply for it every year, but as long as I've got the doctor's note, it's good for like 5 years. So I just have to apply for it because I have depression, which is a lifelong disability, which I definitely have. So there's that, and she literally just did the quick thing with OSAP, which again is the Ontario student stuff for what the government will give you. And I might, again, trusting in God, there's a good chance I could pull this off. But my thought of taking 1 course a semester, not going to cut it. That would make me a part-time student. And part-time students don't get OSAP. Part-time students get a federal loan, not a provincial loan. I'm part of a province. The federal loan handles part-time students. So if I wanted the OSAP we talked about today, I have to do 2 courses a semester, basically. And that would qualify me as a full-time student, even though a full-time student usually would do 5 courses a semester. If you do 2 courses, you're technically qualified as full-time, which would then open me up to allowing me to get the loan. Isn't this exciting? I know, it's crazy. So I thought maybe I could try one, but if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to have to do it, I'm going to have to do 2 courses a semester if Tyndale will take me back. Wow. So much. So that's where I'm at. So that's the update to my education journey. That way, my friends who are like, when are you going to get on that? I've got on it. Now, next step is talking to Tyndale, which I'm going to have to set up a meeting for the next week or two. Talk to them and see what I can do. So, yeah, but it was a really great meeting. Denise Johnson, I will plug her YouTube channel when she gets it going. She's actually going to be moving. But she was incredibly nice and gracious and answered all my questions, even answered questions about stuff for my daughters and stuff. She knows everything pretty much about this. This is her field. And she was just sat down and talked to me about everything and printed me up stuff and gave me copies of things that I need. So thank you again, and thank you to Jim Chen for sending me her direction. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. God bless.